Today I have a finished object, some whips, announcement of the knit along winner, as well as some acquisitions and a new giveaway. So grab your favorite project, your needles, and something nice to drink, and let's get started. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Sweet Lavender Knits podcast. My name is Christine and I'm coming to you from just outside of Toronto in Ontario, Canada. Today is March the 3rd, 2018. I realized that I have not been telling you what date it is on my previous episodes, but let's remedy that. March the 3rd, 2018 today. I'll probably post this video for you on Sunday morning, which would be March the 4th, hopefully, if everything goes well. First of all, welcome to all my new viewers as well as those returning. Thank you for coming back again to watch me ramble on for a bit while you knit, and this is my knit night, so thank you for joining me on my knit night. Although it is not night, it's Saturday afternoon right now, and that's because that's the time that I have. So you can find me on Instagram as sweet_lavender1 and on Ravelry as sweetlavender1. I'll put both of those down on the screen for you. For those of you who do not know or haven't done so already, check us out on Ravelry. We have a nice group there called Sweet Lavender Knits, and you will need to join the group in order to participate in the giveaways and the knit-alongs, the prices for the knit-alongs and things like that. So go on ahead there, and if you feel like it, introduce yourself in the welcome thread. It's always a pleasure to know a little bit about you. You can say whatever you want, and I really enjoy reading your comments, I have to say that. I am just so amazed at how many of you are from far and wide, like just outside of North America even, and it means a lot because it makes me feel like that was the whole purpose with this podcast, is to go beyond my borders, and really I did not have a knit group that I could go to, and so I thought I would just start my own on YouTube, and that's what this is all about, and it's amazing. So thank you very much. Okay, so today I have quite a bit of stuff to share with you, so I will just start off, and we'll take it as it goes. But you do want to stick around because I'm going to be doing my little segment at the end where I talk a bit, and that's the what's going on. And in that I'll be sharing the winner of the knit along that we had, so stick around for that, and hopefully the knitting part won't be too boring for you. All right, so what have you guys been knitting on? I'm really curious to know, because I all of a sudden want to just knit so many different things, and I, as I've mentioned before, I'm not a fast knitter. Actually, I would say I'm a slow knitter. So and on top of that, I do not have a lot of knitting time, so it's really weird because I do want to knit all these things, but I just don't have the time, and I don't want it to be stressful. Like, this is the whole part of it where we sit down for a knit, because that's our way of relieving some of the stress, or just relaxing at the end of the day, or what have you. But so I don't like to make it stressful, but at the same time I do want to get all these things done, and I want to try out some of the projects that you guys are working on. Like I've been going through, especially with the knit along, like looking at some of the projects that you guys are working on, and I want to knit some of those things, but it's just I don't know where to start. So anyways, enough of that rambling. I will show you what I've done so far, and I'm happy to say that it's been a successful 2 weeks, and I know it's been 3 weeks since I podcasted. The reason I put it off for just another week was because of the knit along that was ending on the 28th, which was smack dab in the middle of the week, and so I thought I might as well just wait rather than give you another 2 weeks to wait to find out who the winner is. So that's the reason for this 1 week delay kind of thing. And if you are a new viewer, I just want to let you know that I do chat a bit, quite a bit, so I hope you don't mind that. All right, first off, finished objects. Ta-da! And here are my first pair of socks for this year. It was not a difficult knit, but like I said, blah blah blah, same thing. Slow knitter, not enough time, so it's about a project every 2 weeks I try. Let's see, so this is my pair of socks. No particular pattern really. I've just gone into, after the 2x2 ribbing on the top, I've just gone into a 3x1 broken rib down the foot, and there. And you can't really see much of the pattern because of the nature of this yarn, but just gone down, and yeah. So thank you for all of those that looked at my post. I did a shout out to all those on Instagram to help me with a heels and toes contrast color for this sock, and many of you had said to go with the burgundy or the dark brown, sorry, dark red, the wine color, and unfortunately, I didn't have that color. That would have been my first choice too, and I didn't want to do a dark brown because, it's kind of too dark then. And so anyways, and someone suggested, a few others suggested a light pink. So I went looking through my stash for something that's light pink but not very petal pink kind of, and I found this. So what do you guys think? It kind of goes with it, doesn't it? I don't know, I thought it was okay. So anyways, the other thing I did have in mind, that I didn't want a too high contrast of a heel and toes, heels and toes, because this is another pair that I'm knitting for my mom. I hadn't planned on it, but she did kind of mention that, oh, those socks are really nice, but I only have 2 pairs. So I thought I would give her another pair. So these are socks for my mom as well. And this pattern, the ribbing, really works for her because it doesn't slouch down, and it seems to conform with her foot a lot better. So these are for my mom. And oh, let me tell you what the yarns are very quickly. These are the main yarn is Berger de France Gumi 50 in the colorway Imprim Prune. I'll put that up. And the heels and toes, the contrast is done in Holzgarn, super soft, and I believe the colorway is Sweet Pea. So it went very well. I have washed and blocked these socks, and they're still on my blockers because I wanted to show it to you like that. All right, so that's my first finished object. Actually, it is my first finished object. I have a few tiny ones to show you, and as you can guess, those are squares on my blanket. Oh, and I forgot that I just started another square. Okay, it's gonna be a little awkward. We have to be careful. I'll try not to lose the stitches here while I show it to you. But there, I have added on, here it is. It's growing, very slowly growing. I've added on these 3 and this one right here. And I'm just starting off on the next one, which is kind of odd that I decided to do that this morning and didn't complete it because I had to rush off for my physiotherapy appointment. All right, here we go. So the yarns this is from Miss Babs, and it's the, I don't know what the base is, I can't remember, but it's very soft base. And it was maybe a very light fingering, so a little heavier than lace, but just light fingering, and the colorway was Empress. It was my first non-commercial yarn, if you can call it that, and so I was very super excited about it, and I made a shawl out of it, shawlette actually. So that's the leftover, and that's probably just, that's the last square I can do in it, and the rest of it will go in my Granny Stripes blanket. These two here, the top and the bottom, they are from Regina of Herbsplat. Regina, and this is in the Hydrangea Garden. I believe this is the oak sock, and this one is her the next one that's a little softer. I'm not sure if it's hazel, but it's in the tulip colorway, and this is Hydrangea Garden, if I didn't say that already. I think it's called Pink Tulip, this one here, and it's a very nice bright vibrant pink, which I like. And this here is the leftover from lichen lace, and the colorway is lichen, and this is socks that I did recently that I showed you guys. So 4 squares, not bad, right? I mean, it's growing slowly, and I do enjoy, excuse me, I do enjoy adding the squares on, especially like Saturday morning. For some reason it seems to be like my go-to. I try to add a square on, and Sunday morning again another square. So yeah, it seems like it takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to do a square. It might seem quite long for some of you, but yeah, it's just you know, I think the hardest part is deciding which color to put next. Not the knitting, but that's the hardest. All right, so those are my finished objects. Now on to works in progress, and I have to tell you, I've tried not to be like all over the place over the last few weeks, and just try and set little goals and kind of meet them, which is good for me. And I have to tell you, first let me start off with this one project that I thought I was getting somewhere, and then I had to stop because yeah, okay, let me show you what it is. It's the Vittori socks for men. And this is the socks that I'm knitting for my 17-year-old son, and it is the first time I'm knitting a sock with 72 stitches, because the ones that I've done for myself and my mom and my daughter have been the 64 stitches, and you know, straightforward, whatever pattern I start, and it's very straightforward. So there it was. Excuse me, happily knitting along, and I really like this pattern of the, it's using a cable needle, and it has these lines going out, and the last one is supposed to go all the way around the foot. So I got past the heel, which I did was a Fishlet's Kiss heel, and I tried it on. I got him to try it on, and it fit well. So there I was continuing along, and I've done about 2 inches up the foot, the leg of the sock, and then I got him to try it on, and lo and behold, the foot fits very nicely. The heel fits nice, and then this is like all floppy and loose, and it's about an inch. It's about an inch bigger. Too large on his leg because he has smaller ankles. I was so sad. I just didn't know what to do, and I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to like tell him I can't knit your socks because I don't know how to, or oh, I was just so devastated by it. And I was like, okay, you know what? Pull yourself together. let's ask Instagram. And you know, you guys are really nice, because I had Artistic Lily as well as Regina tell me that, you know, give me some suggestions, and thank you, because I know that there is a way. Like I'm sure it's not just him with this you know, physique, right? So it's just like there are others who have very small ankles and large feet. So what do you do? And anyway, so some of the suggestions that I got were to use ribbing, because ribbing kind of pulls in, and that'll make it a little better. Although, because I do have this pattern and I do want to do a little bit of the pattern, I am going to do a longer cuff, but I'll be ripping back just to the heel and then switching to a smaller size needle. I'm going to try and see if that makes it, it'll make it a little better, but I want to know if it'll make it better enough so that he can wear these socks and not have it like fall down to his ankles. Yes, so that is my work in progress that I had to like put on hold, and I was actually going to rip it back, but then I thought I would share that with you on the podcast in case somebody needed to know that as well. So there you go. That is an option. So, oh, I know that there are some of you who never tried socks and you're thinking of trying, you know, to knit socks. Really go for it. And I have to say, I always like the look of toe-up socks, but I prefer to knit top-down. Every time I've had to do a toe-up, I get a little anxious, like I can't wait to get to the heel, and it seems like forever. And then once I'm done turning the heel, I want to be done with the sock. Whereas when I'm coming cuffed down, it's like you enjoy that knit until you get to the heel, and then you can just zoom through and finish your sock. But, you know, I'm sure someone else could tell you just the same thing the other way around, right? So it makes sense, but that's what I prefer. Anyway, so that's my sock. This is going to be a while. This project is just taking a while, and now that I have to figure it out, I really have to make sure to write down some notes so that I would do the same with the second sock. And that is it. Usually I knit my socks concurrently. I think I said consecutively last time, but no, I meant concurrently. So like I have the socks going in 2 needles, but these ones I'm just doing one after the other because I didn't want to split the yarn. Okay, on to my second work in progress, and this I did really enjoy. So we had a long weekend over, was that last weekend? No, the weekend before maybe. I forgot it already. Anyway, so the Monday we had what was called a family day, and so it was a long weekend, and I'd taken a day off after and a day before, so it was an extra long weekend for me. And I just set out this little goal for myself that through the weekend I would knit up the sleeve of this jumper. It's my Beaumont jumper, and I've shown you the pattern in the past. It's a beautiful pattern by Blacker Yarns. You can find it on their website or on Ravelry, and it's by Sonia, and I can't say her last name, and I don't want to butcher it. So yes, it's a lovely pattern with cables, and here is what I've knit so far. That's amazing. It's a full sleeve. Okay, there. Can you see that? That is what I've knit, and I put my progress keeper where I was the last time I showed it to you. So this is what I did in a weekend, okay, before, just up till here. So that was pretty good, because it did not mean that I sat and knit the whole 4 days. It meant that whenever I did knit, this is all that I knit on. And I was so proud of myself because it felt really, really good. And you know what? It looks good too. Doesn't it? I think. I love cables. And it's not difficult, but it's just a little labor intensive, because for me, because of the charts. And you know what, it's getting a little easier, but I'm afraid to say that, because as soon as I do, next thing you know, it's like, you know, a big hurdle that I have to figure out. Anyway, but for now, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's really, really nice. I love it. And you know, now this is because I don't have another sock project at the moment, which is going to change, because I'm going to cast on something today after I've shown you the yarn in the acquisitions. So I had this for my train knitting for about 2 days, and now after I got to this part where it starts on the yoke, it's a little bit of a straight knit without having to work with chart B and C, and there's only the chart A, so which is you know, a lot easier and less to think about, and it's a lot easier for me to do it on the train. So I have knit this for 2 days on the train as well, to have that little amount in there. I found I'm rambling today. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so that is my second work in progress, and I am really, really enjoying that. And now you can see that the bag is getting a lot more full as well. I might have to switch it up for a bigger bag. Yeah, those are my works in progress. So what's going on? So this is my segment about life in general, and just all the, you know, the things happening and all of that. So if you are here just for the knitting content, I would like you to stick around, but you don't have to. And thank you for joining me. Yeah, so what's going on? I want to say a very, very happy March to all of you. It's March already. Can you believe that? Seemed like it was just New Year's Day, you know, maybe a week ago or something. But yeah, 2 months have gone by. It's on to the 3rd now, and I'm super excited because spring is my favorite season. Of all the seasons, spring is my favorite. And you know, you can tell things are just feeling a little spring-like. Just, you know, today is a gorgeous sunny day. It's cold, but it's gorgeous, and bright blue sky, and it looks really nice outside. And I wanted to say a thank you to all my viewers and do a March giveaway. So like I said in the beginning of this year, that I would like to do giveaways on a monthly basis, unless we have something else going on at the same time. And so I wanted to do a March giveaway. And so if you haven't done so already, go and join our Ravelry group. It's Sweet Lavender Knits. And then I will start a thread for the March giveaway, and I'll give you a prompt in a minute, and you can go and, you know, put in an entry, and I will pick at random a winner at the end of the month. And it is just my way of saying thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining me on my knit nights, and you know, just for being part of my knitting circle. I like that. So to this month's prompt, I wanted to be something about March, and so I would like you to tell me what your favorite March project is. Anything you like to do, particularly in March, or what March would inspire for you. I know that some of you in the Southern Hemisphere are starting to now probably go into fall. And so yeah, I would really like to know. And tell me as much as you want. I like reading those comments. I really do. I enjoy that. And yes, so that would be the prompt, and I will try to repeat that every time I do a podcast before the end of March, so that you would know about it. Okay, so that is my March giveaway, and as usual, oh yes, the prize for the giveaway would be a pattern of your choice. And I think that works very well for me. It's easy for me, and it's something that you would like, and you know, it will work for us. So the winner would tell me a pattern of their choice from their wish list on Ravelry. So if you are not familiar with how to do that, is on Ravelry, when you can queue up the patterns that you like, or are thinking of knitting or crocheting, and have it added to your queue. You can also select that little box that says add to my wish list, I think it is, and so we can pick something out of your wish list, or you will pick it and let me know which one it is, and something under 10 USD. Okay. I didn't think I wanted to say an amount, because I've never come across a pattern that's too expensive, but apparently there are some out there, so just to, you know. Okay, so to answer my the prompt for myself, March to me is about spring. It's about crocuses coming out the ground. It's about a March break, which is a school break of a week that we get here, and it's about snow, because you know, we live in Canada and it snows almost up until April, May sometimes. So yeah, it's not yet putting away your snow, you know, your snow boots, or it's not putting away your thick coats and stuff yet, but it's those light, you know, brighter days and more daylight, which makes everyone's mood a lot better, I'm sure. So yes, that's what it is for me, and I enjoy knitting on lighter colors when it comes into March. For some reason, I am done with my grays and browns, which I really like actually, but I'm more into the spring colors, which is really, really nice for me. And so you might see a theme or you might see some of that in my acquisitions when I show it to you a little later. All right, so on to a little bit of chatter about the podcast itself. I find that I really, really miss you guys when I have to wait for well, I don't have to wait, but it's just that I feel like I was trying to pace it every 2 weeks so that I would have knitting content to show you, as in finished objects. Knitting, I'm always knitting. It's just the finished objects, it seemed like I needed to give myself a lot more time so I could do some finished objects for you every episode. But I'm thinking that that may not be necessary, because I really wanted to feel like my time to sit down and knit with you guys. And although I haven't gotten there just yet where I can knit and talk to you, coming soon, hopefully, because I'm practicing on it. But it's just I would like to do shorter videos, and maybe more frequent. I don't know how frequent. I'm trying to think of it as a weekly thing, but I don't want to put down hard and fast rules, because you know what happens next. It's always, I'm not able to stick to that. So because we do have busy lives, and I want this to be a me time, you know, and I really do enjoy coming and talking to you guys, and then I get all very nervous when I have to like upload the video, and I think, oh no, what, you know, whatever I said, and oh, you know, I didn't word it right, I'm not articulate, and I'm not doing the things that other podcasters do. They have a format, and I'm all over the place. But well, you know, it's evolution in itself, the whole podcasting journey, and I will take it as it comes, and I hope you guys will bear with me on that one. Yes, I was thinking of something a bit more frequent and maybe shorter episodes that way, because I may not have a finished object to show you each time, but at least I can show you some knitting, and we can have some knitting talk. Definitely around yarn and you know, crafts and things like that. But yeah, I thought that would be something nice. So let me know what your thoughts on that. Post a comment down below and let me know if you like the long formats, and if you like seeing finished objects. Is that what you're here for? Or yeah, whatever. Let me know. Okay, so now I'm sure this is the part that you've all been waiting for, especially those of you who've put your finished objects into that knit along thread. So let's get to the winner of the knit along. And before I go to that, I just want to say a thank you to all those who participated. Okay, I know many of you did, and I'm not quite sure what happened, because I think you did finish your projects but may have not put it up on the finished objects thread, but unfortunately that's where I could draw it from. So if you did finish your project, next time, please go ahead and just, you know, post it there so that you don't miss out, because it is a very small group, which makes your chances of winning really high, right? So why not? But yeah, thank you. It was very nice. And oh, going back to it, this was my entry. Well, not entry, I can't be part of it, but this is what I did for the knit along. Okay, so I did finish on time last week, and yeah, and you know, I just didn't get around to posting a picture, and I wanted to do that in the chatter thread, but I just didn't get around to it. All right, yes, so let's see, there were 5 entries, and I have to say all the projects were so beautiful. So out of the 5 entries, I did a random number generator between 2 and 6, because the first post was mine, and we have a winner. So the entry was, the winner was entry number 3, which is Astrid, and that is Patricia from Lisbon in Portugal. Congratulations, Patricia, and thank you so much for joining into the KAL and for posting your picture. And you had been so active in the chatter thread as well, so I'm very happy that it was your number that was picked, and I'm very happy for you. And all the way from Portugal, oh my gosh, thank you very much for coming and joining in my knit group. So Patricia's project was, I'm gonna try and say this properly, is Birgit's, and it's a hat pattern by Natasha Hornby, and it was a lovely pattern. I'll put the pictures up here so you can see what it is, and it was a very nice, very beautiful hat. And so thank you, and congratulations again, Patricia. So your prize is this project bag made by me, and it's a drawstring project bag along with this yarn, and this yarn is by Cozy Posy Yarn Co, and that is an Etsy shop by Antonella, who also has a podcast, by the way. So if you've never checked her out, go find her on YouTube. I think she's called Antonella Makes, and the yarn is called Lavender Feels Forever. It's on her Cozy Sparkle base, 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% gold stellina. So there you go, Patricia, this is what you've won. Please send me a message on Ravelry with your address, and I will have that off to you this week. And thank you so much, guys, for participating. And I don't know how to say enough. Like, it really means a lot to me. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that someone's gonna get that, and hopefully you'll enjoy it, and do let me know, okay? All right, so on to acquisitions, and I have to say that these are the things I was ordering in January, at the end of January, that trickled in and made it to me at the end of February. So I've tried to be good through February and not do too many yarn purchases, only because we have a frolic coming up in April, I think, and I want to be able to do some shopping then, yarn shopping. So yeah, I'm trying to be a little good on that one. First off, let me see, I have quite a bit to show you, okay? I ordered this, I think it was at the beginning of the year, maybe, when Herbsplat Regina had put out, well, she had an injury with her foot, and so she was trying to do some sales through her shop, and I thought, this is my way of supporting an independent dyer, and if I can support, I think it's just my little drop in the big ocean of love that this community has, I guess. So I bought this, and this color is really blowing out, so I don't even know how to show it to you. Actually, you know what? Let me just turn the lights down a bit. See if that works better. Yeah, there we go. A little better. So it's one of her, it's a new to me base that I got from Regina. It's her Witch Hazel, and it's fingering weight, and the colorway is called Don't Call Me Honey, and it's 100% merino extra fine and superwash merino extra fine. It's 100 grams, which is approximately 437 yards. And this yellow, doesn't it scream spring? And it reminds me of daffodils, actually. So it's a really nice yellow that's got a little bit of, I know it says Don't Call Me Honey, but it's got a little bit of honey to it, and it's really, really nice. So I have plans for this that I will share with you when the time comes. But that's my first, and oh, and I got a nice tea bag with it, and it's all in German, so I can't tell you what it is. Okay, so the next purchase, this is something that is very much my colors, and I am so happy that I finally was able to make a purchase of more than one skein from her at a time. It's from the Wool Barn, and these are 3 colors. It's going to be a shawl, and they are in the cashmere socks. I think, yeah, the 2 of them are. And then this one is in the twist sock, and this is blush. It's a very lightly speckled yarn. Oops, there we go, there we go. It's a light speckled yarn, and it just has the tiniest hint of color in it, and it's very, very light. It's very nice. Okay, there. And the second one is on her cashmere socks, and it's called Ballet Slippers, which is 80% superwash extra fine merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And it is in the ballet slipper. There, I'm trying to get the colors so it shows. It's a very light pink there. And then the third one is this. This is in the colorway Fawn, and there, that's perfect. And again, it's 80% superwash extra fine merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. Same. And yeah, I really like the three colors together, and I cannot wait to do this shawl. So it's going to be a three color shawl, and I will talk more about it when the time comes. All right, and on to the third now. This is from Craft House Magic, Ellie. Hi Ellie, if you're watching. And this is her Strawberry Fields Forever. There. It is 425 meters in 100 grams, and it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. It is a lovely pink speckled, and this is March for me. I know it's a very February color, but like I said, like March is very spring for me. This is what I'm going to knit up next. I'm going to cake it up. I just want to show it to you in the skein, and then cake it up and start my socks, which is going to be today, cast on. And along with that, I also had purchased these lovely Progress Keeper, and yeah, and they're butterflies. Okay, I have to tell you, I have this thing with lavender and butterflies and peacocks. You would have seen that if you've been watching my episodes. So I was thrilled to find Progress Keepers that are butterflies. I don't need to do that. You can see, but they're beautiful, and even just a little holder for them. It's another butterfly. I'm thinking, you know what, if I wanted, I probably could just have it on my key tag even, because that would be perfect. I would like that when I'm not using it as a Progress Keeper, of course. So there. And then Ellie was really nice enough to give me a sachet of lavender as well. So thank you very much, Ellie. And if you have not watched yet, do check out Ellie's podcast. Actually, Regina from Herbslat, Regina has a podcast as well, and she was one of the very first podcasts that I watched, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And now she was a bit of a break because of the dyeing business, and now she started to come back with podcasts as well, so go check her out on that. And her podcast is called Herbsblatt Regina, and Ellie is Craft House Magic, so check her out as well. And Ellie is just such a bubbly person, and she's very talented. She does like so many different things, and yeah, it's always a pleasure to watch these podcasts. There's so many makers out there, and isn't it really nice that we can I don't feel you know, like bored ever, because if I don't want to knit, well, recently, because I've hurt my shoulder, I can't knit too long either, even if I did have a lot of time. So sometimes I have to take a break, and I watch a podcast, and it works out really. I'm not so much of a TV watcher, but I love to catch up on my podcasts, and it's like I got to know what other people are knitting, and it's inspiring, isn't it? So yeah, those are my acquisitions for today, and I know that I'll be having a few things more coming in the mail, so I'll share it with you when it does come. And I think that's a wrap. I think I've done all my talking for today. And I hope you enjoyed your project and what you were knitting on while you were listening to me, hopefully. And yeah, it's been really nice weekend so far. So I have a few more hours in this day as well as tomorrow to enjoy it, and hopefully I'll get some knitting done. So thank you again for joining me today and for sticking out through the whole podcast, all the way to the end here. And if you have not done so already, do subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you'll know when I upload a video. And thank you again for all your support, and happy knitting. Bye bye.